walk into Whole Foods and feel like you need a credit check just to buy a bag of organic grapes? Like, why does this place make a head of lettuce feel like a luxury handbag? I got news for you, fam. The reason that lettuce is sitting there looking all perfect and glowing is because some farmer somewhere went through absolute hell to get it on that shelf. Here's the hook that is going to make your jaw drop. Whole Foods rejects more than 80% of organic product applications every single year. 80%. That means for every 5 farmers who think they got the good stuff, 4 get told, nope, try again, maybe never. And these are already USDA certified organic farms. So this is not some random backyard garden situation. These are legit certified organic operations getting curved like a bad Tinder date. What is up, you beautiful, organic, obsessed humans? Welcome back to Organic Matters, the only YouTube channel in the United States that tells you how the organic game really works without putting you to sleep. If you are new here, we expose the business behind the buzzwords. And today we are spilling all the tea on how Whole Foods actually picks its organic suppliers and what they really pay them, because what you think you know is probably dead wrong. Let us start with the biggest lie people believe in America. People think USDA Organic equals Whole Foods Ready. That is the biggest cap in the grocery industry. USDA Organic is just the entry ticket. It is like having a driver's license. Cool, you can legally drive, but that does not mean you are getting behind the wheel of a Formula One car. Whole Foods has its own secret sauce scorecard that goes way beyond what the United States government requires. They have teams of quality assurance ninjas who audit everything, your soil health history for the last 3 years, your water conservation plan, how you treat your farm workers, whether you provide shade and fair breaks, how you handle pests when you cannot spray the cheap chemical stuff, what kind of packaging you use, because if you show up with styrofoam, you are getting laughed out the room. They even check your carbon footprint and whether you are planting cover crops to keep the soil alive. Whole Foods calls it their responsibly grown and sourced for good programs, but really it is a full background check on your farm soul. Second myth that needs to die immediately. People think Whole Foods scouts farms like some Hollywood talent agent driving through rural America looking for the next big avocado star. Absolutely not. You have to chase them hard. You start by going to their supplier portal online. You upload everything short of your blood type, your organic certificate, your food safety plan, your liability insurance, your capacity numbers, your pricing, your story. And here is where most people fumble the bag. If you write, we grow good organic tomatoes, you are done. Whole Foods does not buy produce, they buy stories that sell produce. They want to know you are a third-generation regenerative farmer from California who employs veterans and saves bees on weekends. That story is worth more than your tomato. And even if your story slaps, you still probably will not go national. The real plug is the local forager. Every region in America has a Whole Foods local forager, like the North Atlantic forager, the Southern Pacific forager, the Midwest forager. These humans literally walk farmers markets in places like Austin, Portland, Brooklyn, Boulder, looking for the next hit. If they taste your organic hot sauce and like your vibe, they might give you a trial in 2 or 3 stores. That is your audition. You get 8 to 12 weeks to prove you can sell, restock, not flake, and handle the chaos. If you sell fast, what they call high velocity, you level up to more stores. If you sit on the shelf collecting dust, you get the dreaded D-list email. Brutal. Third secret nobody talks about because it is awkward. What Whole Foods pays is not as generous as you think based on those insane retail prices you pay. Let us do real American math. You see an organic cold-pressed juice for $9.99. Cute. The brand that made it probably sold it to Whole Foods for about $4.50 to $5.50. Whole Foods takes their margin, usually 35 to 50%, to cover their fancy stores, their high rent, their employees who actually know what ashwagandha is. For fresh organic produce, it is even wilder. An organic strawberry farmer in California might get $2 to $3 per clamshell wholesale. You pay $6.99. An organic kale farmer might get $1.50 per bunch. You pay $3.99. For organic chicken, a farmer might get $3.50 per pound wholesale. You pay $8.99. But here's where it gets interesting for the real ones. If you have extra certifications, Whole Foods will pay you more. Like if you are regenerative organic certified, which is the new gold standard in the United States, or if you are Demeter certified biodynamic or non-GMO project verified plus fair trade, Whole Foods will give you a premium of 10 to 25% above standard organic wholesale. Why? Because they can charge more, and their core shopper in places like Seattle or New York will happily pay extra if the label says it saves the planet. Fourth thing, people get completely twisted. Getting paid and staying paid are 2 different sports. Whole Foods does not just pay you and say, thank you farmer, they have a whole system of fees that will humble you quick. You have to pay for promotions, like when they put you on sale for 20% off. Guess who funds most of that discount? You do. You have to pay for demos, where someone in a hairnet gives out your organic cheese samples. You have to pay spoilage fees if your product goes bad before it sells. You have to pay into their marketing and distribution system. Some small brands say these back-end costs eat up 12 to 18% of their revenue. So that $5 wholesale you thought you were getting becomes more like $4 after all the extra stuff. And they pay on net 30 to net 45 terms. Translation for non-business folks: you deliver your beautiful organic peaches today, you get paid 30 to 45 days later. If you are a small family farm in Vermont trying to make payroll next week, that delay can literally break you. That is why a lot of small organic farms love farmers markets more than Whole Foods, even though Whole Foods looks more prestigious. Fifth insight that is super savage but true: shelf placement is paid to play and story to slay. Eye level is buy level. That is grocery law in America. The middle shelf at eye height sells 3 times more than the bottom shelf. Whole Foods decides who gets that prime real estate based on 2 things. 1, your sales velocity data, and 2, your mission alignment score. If your brand is woman-owned, minority-owned, veteran-owned, or you donate 1% to pollinator health, or you are local to that store community, you get boosted. If you are just another organic granola with a beige bag and no story, enjoy the bottom shelf next to the dusty hemp seeds. Let me give you a relatable analogy that will make this click for everyone watching internationally too. Think of trying to get into Whole Foods like trying to join an exclusive gym in Los Angeles, where everyone is super hot and drinks green juice. USDA Organic is like having a gym membership card. It gets you in the door, but Whole Foods is the personal trainer who looks at your form, your diet, your sleep schedule, your Instagram, your past relationships, and decides if you are actually worthy of working out next to the celebrities. And once you are in, you have to keep showing up, keep performing, keep looking good, or you lose your locker. And you still have to pay for parking towels and smoothies. That is the Whole Foods supplier life. I have talked to small organic suppliers who said getting into Whole Foods changed their life, gave them instant credibility, and Whole Foods actually helped them scale with loans through their local producer loan program, which has given out more than $30 million to small producers across the United States. And I have talked to suppliers who said it was the most stressful relationship of their business life. Constant audits, constant pressure to lower prices, while their own costs for organic feed and labor were going up. Both are valid. That is the American organic hustle. It is wholesome and unhinged at the same time. So if you are dreaming of getting your organic salsa or your mushroom coffee into Whole Foods, here is the real playbook that works in the United States right now. Nail your food safety certifications like GAP and SQF. Make your packaging look like it was designed by someone who charges $500 an hour. Build a crazy loyal local following first, so you can walk into that Forager meeting with receipts like, look, we already sell 500 units a week at the local co-op. Prove you can scale from 10 stores to 50 without missing a beat. And tell a story that makes people feel something. Not just we are organic, but we are organic because my mom survived cancer. And we wanted to create food we could trust. And that kind of real human story wins in America. At the end of the day, Whole Foods is not just a grocery store. It is a cultural gatekeeper. When they say yes to an organic supplier, every other retailer in America, from Kroger to Target, suddenly takes that supplier seriously. It is the ultimate cosign. That is why farmers are willing to accept tighter margins and higher fees, because that Whole Foods stamp opens every other door. So what do you really think, fam? Is Whole Foods actually protecting organic standards and pushing American agriculture to be better? Or are they just creating an impossible pay-to-play system where only the richest organic brands survive and the small family farmer gets squeezed out? Let me know in the comments, because I know this one is going to start a fight, and I am here for it. And if you found this breakdown valuable, you need to subscribe to Organic Matters right now. Because next up, we are dropping the most requested video ever. The organic skincare brand that sold for $100 million. We are talking about how 2 sisters from California started mixing shea butter in their kitchen, got rejected by Whole Foods not once but twice, then flipped the script, built a cult following online, and sold their company for a life-changing exit. We got the numbers, the pitch decks, the exact email they sent that finally got them a yes. You do not want to miss this. Hit subscribe, tap that bell, join the fam, and I will see you in the next video where we keep it organic, keep it honest, and keep it 100% real